दैट ही गॉट एंगर. शादीशुदा का मुझे नहीं पता था. उसके बावजूद उसने मुझे बोला कि वी आर सेपरेटेड, मेरा डिवोर्स हो गया है, आई एम ओनली इन लव विथ यू, आई एम गोइंग टू मैरी यू. और ही यूज्ड टू प्रूव मी ऑलवेज. सो या
सरकार से क्या चाहती हैं?
ऑफ कोर्स मेरे को जस्टिस चाहिए, बिकॉज एटलीस्ट सबसे पहले तो मैं चाहती हूँ 307 उसके ऊपर लगे, जो कि वो इतना इजीली पता नहीं कौन कौन से बड़े बड़े लोगों के साथ मिलजुल करके ही इज सो सेटिस्फाइड एंड हैप्पी. आई डोंट वांट हिम टू बी हैप्पी बिकॉज आई एम द ओनली वन हु इज सफरिंग. आई वांट जस्टिस.
तो प्रिया सिंह जिन्होंने अपनी आप बीती रिपब्लिक से बयां की और उनका साफ साफ कहना है कि इतनी कोताही जो है वो पुलिस के द्वारा बरती गई कि आईपीसी की धारा 307 अभी तक इस मामले में नहीं लगाई है.
Well, there were also reports that were essentially emerging that since the accused belongs to a powerful family, was there an attempt that was made by the police to drag this entire matter? My colleague Sandeep also reached out to the Thane police, listened to what the senior police inspector of Thane police station had to say.
पूछताछ में सामने आया है, क्या कुछ बता पाएंगे?
चलो आपल्या गाडीत जाऊ, आपल्याला काय बाईक. सॉरी, अभी तो इन्वेस्टिगेशन चालू है. चल
विनायक सामने आओ, विनायक सामने आओ.
जांच में क्या सामने आया? सर में क्या सामने आया? पहले
पे जो एलिगेशन लगा कि
पुलिस ने
एंटरटेन नहीं की क्योंकि घसूकदार आदमी है.
कल डीसीपी साहब ने आपको बताया था इन्वेस्टिगेशन चालू है एज पर एफआईआर, और उसकी पूछताछ करने के लिए हम यहाँ पे आए थे. इन्वेस्टिगेशन चालू है.
कोई गिरफ्तारी हुई इसमें?
चालू है.
सर आरोपी कहाँ अभी कुछ
पूछताछ में क्या कुछ सामने आया?
आरोपी को पूछताछ में क्या कुछ समझ जारी किया?
अभी तक अश्वजीत फरार है.
उसको समझ जारी किया?
इन्वेस्टिगेशन चालू है, सब बताया जाएगा.
आरोप लग रहे हैं आप लोगों के.
आरोपी कहाँ पर?
आप लोगों के ऊपर आरोप लग रहे हैं, आप लोग पकड़ नहीं रहे हैं. 307 नहीं लगाया.
पूरा कार्रवाई हो रहा है, सब ठीक से तपास चालू है, पूरी कार्रवाई.
एक्सटॉर्शन का भी मामला सामने आ रहा है, क्या उस एंगल से भी जांच कर रहे हैं आप लोग?
आपको पूरी मालूमात नहीं है. कुछ भी ऐसे अगर सवाल करेंगे दैट इज रॉन्ग.
नहीं, एक्सटॉर्शन.
मेरी बात सुनिए ना, मेरी बात सुनिए ना.
आप बता दीजिए ना.
जो इंसिडेंस हुआ है,
हाँ.
कल आपके सब पत्रकार भाई आए थे, डीसीपी साहब ने हमारे उनको बोला था इन्वेस्टिगेशन एकदम सही ट्रैक पे चल रहा है. चलो
सर अभी क्या
गिरफ्तारी करेंगे? गिरफ्तारी मुमकिन है क्या?
गिरफ्तारी मुमकिन है?
Shifting focus now to the other special story now coming in from Karnataka. In fact, Republic Canada has been on this story for last 1 week, exposing the menace of sand mafia in the state. Now, an attempt was essentially made to attack the Republic Canada team. The sand mafia allegedly clicked pictures of our reporting team and could have likely sent it to someone who controls the system. Just about a few days ago, Republic Canada's team was on the ground getting you the latest details of how sand mining was continuing with impunity in the state, with little action being taken by the government. In fact, state government was also confronted with these latest details that were caught on camera. Clearly goes on to indicate how sand mining continues in the state without much restrictions that have been put into place. So far, remember, there is very little action that has been taken against the sand mafia gang. Let me also quickly go across to my colleague Prajwal, who's getting us more details of the sand mining that still continues in the state of Karnataka, and the very fact that when Republic Canada did actually expose this mafia, what really happened thereafter. Prajwal, walk us through the details that you're picking up. First, after the exposure that was done by our sister channel Republic Canada, what is the action that has been taken by the authorities on the ground?
As far as the lakes are concerned, Republic Canada has gone ahead and exposed the pathetic conditions of 3 lakes, two in Bengaluru city and one in Yadgir district in Surpura Taluk of Hemnur village, which is the Krishna river as well. So far, when it comes to the Karpura lake in Anekal, there has been action taken with the Tahsildar, with the district commissioner as well as the Panchayat development officer visiting there, and immediately the entire mining was stopped at the Karpura lake. But earlier this morning when Republic Canada went ahead and exposed the sand mining which was happening at the Krishna River. It is now clearly being seen that this is in gross violation of the rules which has been laid out by the National Green Tribunal, because remember that for a lake the buffer zone is 75 meters away from the body if you're supposed to be constructing anything concrete or solid, but this is a river in itself. So the rules clearly mention that within 500 meters of the water body there should be absolutely no sort of constructions done, and even if it is a construction which is being done, there should be no sort of a commercial construction which should be done. But over here these miscreants have gone ahead and created a road for over 5 to 6 kilometers right into the water body in itself, and they are mining tons and tons of sand as well. And regarding this particular issue, there was also voices which was raised mainly from maybe the BJP or the Congress as well, stating that there should be a separate sand policy which should be formed as well to go ahead and curb the mafia. But so far there has been nothing which has been done. And also the Mines and Geology Department Minister, Mr. S.S. Mallikarjun, has so far not gone ahead and replied to all the illegal mining which is happening in the state of Karnataka. Even in the previous governments too, we had seen these mining scams break out. But this particular mining scam which has now been exposed by Republic Canada is so far by the largest as well, Shravan, because we are speaking not about 1 or 2 tons of sand. We are speaking about 8,000 to 10,000 trucks of sand which are filled in daily and is exported not only to the neighboring states but also to the city of Bengaluru, because usually 1 ton of sand in the open market will cost you anywhere between 2,000 to 3,000 rupees as well. But these people are selling 1 ton of sand anywhere between 15,000 to 20,000 rupees. That is 10 times as much as that. And with the construction, with the real estate business growing ahead rapidly, mainly in Tier 1 cities, now expanding to Tier 2 cities, the demand for quality sand is more, and therefore these people are going ahead and plundering these natural resources as well. So we will be expecting that the bodies go ahead and act on it, and if not so, the National Green Tribunal will again be forced to go ahead and step in, because Republic Canada has started this campaign of going ahead and saving lakes as well, not only in the city of Bengaluru but also across the entire state of Karnataka. So we will need to see how it will be taken in, but Republic Canada continues to go ahead and expose this mafia and also make sure that they bring this particular issue to a logical conclusion as well.
Well, thank you very much, Prajwal, for getting us the latest details and expose by our sister channel, Republic Canada. We'll be tracking this very closely. That's all that we could pack in this edition of This Is Exclusive. On the other side, news and updates continue. Delhi police meets titans in Parliament attack. Investigation masterminds aide arrested. Parliament attack accused makes an explosive revelation, says planned to immolate self.
QSMTHE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
In the rural markets. So all of us are going and spending a lot of time in some of those markets. Just because you asked about Axis Bank, a couple of years back we actually went and publicly announced to the market that one of the important areas which we want to build as a bank is an area of distinctiveness. We want to be known in the market for being different.
from satellites to semiconductors. India is on an economic growth highway. Join us at the India Economic Summit, Sustaining the Dream Run, on 5th December in New Delhi.
Delhi police news tightens in Parliament attack investigation. The mastermind's aide has been arrested. Parliament attack accused makes an explosive revelation, says he planned to self-immolate. In Belagavi, BJP fact-finding committee meets survivor. Party stages statewide protest as anger mounts. Maharashtra bureaucrat's son mows down woman accused booked, but the hunt continues. Republic Kannada exposes the sand mafia in Karnataka. Attempt made to attack crew. Big boost to India-Oman bilateral ties. Prime Minister holds talks with Sultan of Oman. Getting in the latest update in Parliament attack investigation, in the latest development, a sixth arrest has been made in the case. Mahesh Kumawat, who is an associate of mastermind Lalit Jha, was arrested today and he was also sent to a 7-day police remand. And with this arrest, a Rajasthan connection has also been established. Sources suggest that Mahesh was supposed to participate in Parliament's smoke canister incident, but he changed his plan at the last moment. He was responsible for the logistics and he tried to get rid of the evidence following the attack. It involves destruction of mobile phones. Now, Mahesh was arrested on Saturday, that is today. Republic TV even questioned the accused on camera. Take a look.
महेश तुम किसके कहने पे किया? आपने पार्लियामेंट महेश कुछ कहना चाहते हो तुम? किसके कहने पे किया? महेश तुमने क्यों किया ये? क्यों किया ये? महेश तुम किस संस्था से जुड़े हुए हो? महेश तुम किस संस्था से जुड़े हुए हो? महेश तुम किस संस्था से जुड़े हुए हो? किस संस्था से जुड़े हुए हो? महेश कुछ बोलो। क्या रोल रहा है? महेश कुछ बोलो। महेश क्या रोल रहा है इसमें? महेश ललित के आप दोस्त हो, कैसे जानते हो? ललित के अलावा महेश महेश तुम किसके कहने पे किया? आपने पार्लियामेंट महेश कुछ कहना चाहते हो तुम? किसके कहने पे किया? महेश तुमने क्यों किया ये? क्यों किया ये? महेश तुम किस संस्था से जुड़े हुए हो? महेश तुम किस संस्था से जुड़े हुए हो? महेश तुम किस संस्था से जुड़े हुए हो? किस संस्था से जुड़े हुए हो? महेश कुछ बोलो। क्या रोल रहा है? महेश कुछ बोलो। महेश क्या रोल रहा है इसमें? महेश ललित के आप दोस्त हो, कैसे जानते हो? ललित के अलावा महेश।
Meanwhile, the BJP has said that the Congress is politicizing the Parliament attack case and that this is nothing but an attempt by the indie bloc to defame BJP MP Pratap Simha. Take a listen in.
मुझे विपक्ष के उस बुद्धि पर बड़ी दया आती है। ये मैं अगर विपक्ष में होता तो इस तरह से बर्ताव नहीं करना चाहिए। उनको पहले तो जांच होने देनी चाहिए और उसके बाद में जो क्या तत्व सामने आते हैं उन पर कैसे उसको बात को रखना चाहिए। और देश की सुरक्षा के लिए अपने जो उनका आधार घटता जा रहा है विपक्ष का, इस तरह की हरकतों से उनका आधार बढ़ेगा नहीं बल्कि और घटेगा। तो मैं समझता हूं कि ये संसद को नहीं देना चलना और इसमें ज़्यादा प्रश्न आते हैं, विरोधी पक्ष के पक्ष ज़्यादा प्रश्न आते हैं, और जो उनके विरोध के साथ जो इंडिया जो अलायंस है उनके दलों के घटक दलों के भी लोगों के प्रश्न होते हैं। किसी को अवकाश नहीं मिल रहा है। मैं जब कल सदन में था तो कल और परसों देख रहा था, विरोध पक्ष के लोगों में ज़्यादा निराशा भाव है, क्योंकि वो सरकार को अपने प्रश्नों के माध्यम से घेरना चाहते हैं, तो सरकार को घेरने का उनको अवसर नहीं मिल रहा है। जो विरोधी पक्ष ज्यादा फ्रस्ट्रेटेड मुझे लग रहा है, मैं ऐसा देख रहा हूं।
पहले भी इस प्रकार की जब घटनाएं हुई तो ऐसी घटनाओं पर कभी ओची सियासत नहीं की गई, कभी ऐसी घटनाओं पर राजनीति नहीं की गई। परंतु आज जो वक्तव्य राहुल गांधी का आया है, और मुझे उम्मीद है आप सभी लोगों ने देखा होगा, राहुल गांधी कांग्रेस पार्टी के हमेशा से युवा रहने वाले अपरिपक्व नेता ये कहते हैं कि घटना हुई तो हुई, पर इस घटना का मुख्य कारण जो है वो देश में बेरोजगारी है और देश में महंगाई है, इसलिए इस प्रकार की घटना हुई है। Rahul Gandhi comes out and shamefully justifies what has happened on 13th of December by saying that this kind of incident has taken place because there is unemployment and price rise in the country. राहुल गांधी जी, आपको हुआ क्या है? किस स्तर पर आप चले गए हैं? मतलब आप 3 चुनाव क्या हारे, आप इस प्रकार के तर्क और कुतर्क देंगे एक ऐसी घटना पर जिसका केवल एक ही मकसद था कि पार्लियामेंट को, देश के सर्वोच्च लोकतंत्र के मंदिर को किसी प्रकार से आतंकित किया जाए, और उसको भी जायज ठहराने का काम आज कांग्रेस पार्टी की तरफ से हो रहा है। द कांग्रेस पार्टी टुडे is trying to indulge in this kind of chicanery to come out and justify what has happened inside Parliament on 13th of December. This is the most shameful and ridiculous parallel that could have been drawn.
Now, even as the political face-off continues to rage on, Congress launched another attack. That was Rahul Gandhi, as you just heard, BJP Shehzad Poonawala questioning Rahul Gandhi's statement. What did Rahul Gandhi say? Let's take a listen in.
देखिए, सुरक्षा ब्रीच हुई है, वो है, बट क्यों हुई? जो देश में सबसे बड़ा मुद्दा है, बेरोजगारी का मुद्दा, जो पूरे देश में उबल रहा है, मोदी जी की पॉलिसीज के कारण हिंदुस्तान के युवाओं को रोजगार नहीं मिल रहा है, तो ब्रीच जरूर हुई है, बट इसके पीछे कारण बेरोजगारी है और महंगाई है। धन्यवाद। देखिए, सुरक्षा ब्रीच हुई है, वो है, बट क्यों हुई? जो देश में सबसे बड़ा मुद्दा है, बेरोजगारी का मुद्दा, जो पूरे देश में उबल रहा है, मोदी जी की पॉलिसीज के कारण हिंदुस्तान के युवाओं को रोजगार नहीं मिल रहा है, तो ब्रीच जरूर हुई है, बट इसके पीछे कारण बेरोजगारी है और महंगाई है। धन्यवाद।
Now, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar on Friday pitched for a structured mechanism of interaction among the heads of the executive, the legislature and the judiciary, saying it will not help if the heads of these institutions start sharing their thoughts from public platforms. Dhankar also said that Indian democracy thrives and blossoms only when its three wings act in tandem. Here's a report.
The steel frame, the Indian bureaucracy. We are ever beholden to the Indian bureaucracy. They are the most impactful transactional mechanism on a global horizon to realize aspirations of the people, and right now they are doing in the best of situations. Credit goes to the visionary leadership and our bureaucracy that there is in place today an ecosystem where you get full latitude to unleash your energy, exploit your talent and potential, realize your dreams and aspirations. The country that was suffering corruption as a bane, now the power corridors have been sanitized. Corruption has been neutralized. Corruption, according to me, is the greatest killer of human development, but more for the vulnerable sections. The growth story of this country, which the world is recognizing today, and the recognition is well founded up on our epochal achievements, both in the sphere of executive, legislature and judiciary, are primarily because the visionary Prime Minister, who is always in action mode, thinks big, executes fast, is facilitated by this executive.
Time for a short break. On the other side, Maharashtra bureaucrat's son allegedly rams into a woman, mows down her. An accused has been booked, but the hunt continues. Big boost to India-Oman bilateral ties. Prime Minister holds talks with the Sultan of Oman.
देखो यार जिंदगी
I believe that if we work well, we work together, and even media organizations like ours can play a small part in this. I believe that by 2030, we should be established as one of the economic superpowers in the world.
All set to become a developed nation by 2047. The Indian growth story is an unparalleled success. Be there at the India Economic Summit, Sustaining the Dream Run, coming up on 5th December in New Delhi. From satellites to semiconductors, India is on an economic growth highway. Join us at the India Economic Summit, Sustaining the Dream Run, on 5th December in New Delhi.
There is something I cannot describe. Each time I have covered an election, the run-up to the election, the issues before the election, the controversies before an election, the drama of an election, the rhetoric of an election, the thrill of the numbers. Who should you write off and who shouldn't you? You know that
आज 26 साल के बाद ओमान के सुल्तान स्टेट विजिट पर भारत आए हैं और मुझे और 140 करोड़ भारतवासियों को आपके स्वागत करने का अवसर मिला है। मैं सभी देशवासियों की तरफ से आपका हृदय से बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन करता हूं।
6 large mortar shells recovered in Akhnur sector of Jammu by police. A bomb disposal squad was rushed to spot and the area was cordoned off by the Jammu and Kashmir police and the Indian Army. Parliament Security Breach accused Sagar Sharma confessing to the Delhi police that he had plans to set himself on fire outside the parliament. That is, he planned to self-immolate outside the parliament. Remember, the accused was arrested on the 13th after he set off smoke canisters in the Lok Sabha. Karnataka police detained BJP Mahila Morcha workers and party leaders protesting against the state government over the Belagavi incident in Bengaluru. A woman was allegedly assaulted, paraded naked and tied to an electric pole in Vantamudi village of Belagavi district on the 11th of December after her son eloped with a girl. TMC Supremo Mamata Banerjee has called for a key meet with party leaders in Delhi on December 8. All Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha TMC MPs have been asked to attend this meeting. BJP once again sharpened its attack on the Congress over the mega cash haul of 350 crore rupees linked to Dheeraj Sahu. Now this after the latter issued statements saying the seizure had nothing to do with the Congress and that the money belongs to his firm.
350 करोड़ रुपया घर की अलमारी में पड़ा हुआ है और सांसद जी को मालूम नहीं है। मैं फिर पूछ रहा हूं, 350 करोड़ रुपया कैश में पड़ा हुआ है और उनको नहीं मालूम है तो इतना झूठ तो नहीं बोलना चाहिए। और एक पैसा क्या खाली उन्हीं की कंपनी का है जो भारत के इतिहास का सबसे अधिक कैश किसी के घर से ऑफिस से पकड़ा गया है, तो कुछ तो और मामला होगा।
Speaking at a policy workshop on national security in Delhi, Navy Chief Admiral R. Hari Kumar spoke on recruitment of Agniveers in the Navy. The Navy Chief has said the aim is to have at least one Agniveer from every village in the Navy.
So, further, to maximize the demographic dividend of a nation and to build cohesion, we are pursuing what is called all districts, all blocks, all villages recruitment. So that is, final aim is to have at least one Agniveer from every village. So our aim is to go down, to make sure that there is a Agniveer from every village, in the Navy.
India is observing Vijay Diwas today to mark the monumental victory over Pakistan in 1971 war. Prime Minister Modi paid tribute to the heroes of India's victory over Pakistan in 1971 war on Vijay Diwas. At the National War Memorial, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan, Army Chief General Manoj Pandey, IAF Vice Chief Air Marshal Amarpreet Singh and Navy Chief Admiral R. Hari Kumar paid their respects to the fallen soldiers. And for a short break on the other side, Maharashtra's top bureaucrat's son mows down woman. Accused is booked, but the hunt continues. And Republic Kannada exposes sand mafia in Karnataka. Attempt made to attack Republic crew.
हॉस्पिटल में एडमिट हुए नहीं कि बिल का मीटर चालू, और ये मीटर पहले आपके ऑफिस का हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस खत्म करेगा और फिर सारी सेविंग्स। पर घबराओ नहीं, पॉलिसी बाजार पे 1 करोड़ का है।
I believe that if we work well, we work together, and even media organizations like ours can play our small part in this. I believe that by 2030, we should be established as one of the economic superpowers in the world.
All set to become a developed nation by 2047. The Indian growth story is an unparalleled success. Be there at the India Economic Summit, Sustaining the Dream Run, coming up on 5th December From satellites to semiconductors, India is on an economic growth highway. Join us at the India Economic Summit, Sustaining the Dream Run, on 5th December in New Delhi.
There is something I cannot describe. Each time I have covered an election, the run-up to the election, the issues before the election, the controversies before an election, the drama of an election, the rhetoric of an election, the thrill of the numbers. Who should you write off and who shouldn't you? You know that Republic is the only network in the whole country that got it spot on in every state. And the way we could bring it to you with precision, passion and clarity and speed has been very satisfying. A three-letter alphabet to describe an election coverage with. And that is joy. Because each time we cover an election, we are covering, to use the cliche, the greatest celebration of the greatest democratic experiment in the greatest country in the world. I believe that if we work well, we work together, and even media organizations like ours can play our small part in this. I believe that by 2030, we should be established as one of the economic superpowers in the world.
All set to become a developed nation by 2047. The Indian growth story is an...
Simran Singh gets us this report.
Yes, these soldiers are the ones who are carrying the legacy of the Indian Army, the legacy of sacrifice, because it was not an India's war, but it was a war against the oppressor, as you rightly mentioned. It was war against those who were committing atrocities on the people of Bangladesh, and that was why India took the step that the liberation of Bangladesh will take place, and any attempt of the adversary will be foiled well within the time. And these officers of the Indian Army that you see here, those who have come to pay the tribute, this is not just to pay the tribute, but this is to salute the courage of those who have made the supreme sacrifice, because at the war, this war memorial, these pillars also speak of the volumes. These have the names of those fallen heroes inscribed on them, those who made the supreme sacrifice. And as we walk through this area, this has the memories of the heroes of the 1965 war, 1971 war. I'll request Gaurav if we can move this side so that we can show that the 1971 martyrs' name have been written here on each and every wall. From here starts the name of those brave hearts who made the supreme sacrifice in the 1971 war. And starting from the 14 grenadiers, this has a long list, starting from the Naib Subedar Hashim Khan, who made the supreme sacrifice on the 14th of December, because when the advancement was made on 14 December 1971, it was the first casualties that the Indian Army suffered. It has a name of all the units inscribed on it, that these are the names of those brave hearts who made the supreme sacrifice in 1971 war, but made it amply sure that the India not only gives liberation to Bangladesh, but also the attempt of Pakistan on the northern borders is also foiled.
कैंट से पानी होता है 100% प्योर।
कैंट आरओ प्योरिटी दिखाता भी है।
कैंट देता है सबसे शुद्ध पानी।
Be there at the India Economic Summit, sustaining the Dream Run, coming up on 5th December in New Delhi. From satellites to semiconductors, India is on an economic growth highway. Join us at the India Economic Summit, sustaining the Dream Run, on 5th December in New Delhi.
There is something I cannot describe. Each time I have covered an election, the run-up to the election, the issues before the election, the controversies before an election, the drama of an election, the rhetoric of an election, the thrill of the numbers. Who should you write off and who shouldn't you? You know that Republic is the only network in the whole country that got it spot on in every state. And the way we could bring it to you with precision, passion and clarity and speed has been very satisfying. A 3-letter alphabet to describe an election coverage with. And that is joy. Because each time we cover an election, we are covering, to use the cliche, the greatest celebration of the greatest democratic experiment in the greatest country in the world.
A lot of process problems, but one of the major things we found is that this is one area where we don't actually have enough people. We have 800 examiners and controllers in our patent office. The Chinese have 13,000. Okay, so I raised this issue. Let me say that we are currently in the process of increasing that number from 800 to 3,000 in the first phase. And the first 500 of those people have already been hired. They are being trained as we speak.
How do you expect us to be innovative when you don't invest in R&D in our universities, when you don't have capital to back people? We need money.
Namaskar, good evening to all of you. Thank you Arnab ji for this opportunity, for bringing the voice of the farmers in such a beautiful economic forum. India lives in villages. More than 70% of India's population lives in the villages. Agriculture is a very big source of livelihood, and milk is India's largest agricultural crop. So this is indeed a great opportunity that if we are looking at a dream run, we look at a story of how Amul came up 77 years back, almost a year prior to India's independence, how it helped India become the largest producer of milk in the world, the journey of providing livelihood to more than 10 crore families in India, making milk the largest agricultural crop in the country, and now looking forward to an opportunity to become a dairy to the world. So I'm really humbled by this great title you provided for this. But let me tell you that as a cooperative owned by 3.6 million farmers and the impetus given to the cooperative sector in the country today, a 77-year-old brand and a promoter of cooperatives in the country actually works with the mindset of a startup. And at the end of this session, after 20 minutes, I'm sure you will realize the energy channelized by lakhs of members of the cooperative in our country to make this thing a very great success and demonstrate the power of cooperatives into making India a superpower in the years to come. Talking about Amul, it has emerged as the strongest dairy brand globally. It has also emerged as the second strongest food brand in the world. And of course, in India, everybody knows it as the biggest and the most trusted brand. Today, we handle more than 300 lakh liters of milk every day. It is about 10 billion liters in a year. So making it the 8th largest dairy company in the world. The sales turnover last year was about 72,000 crore rupees, which is $9 billion US. And more importantly, this milk comes from 3.6 million farmers across 18,600 villages of Gujarat. And this is where, as I mentioned earlier, the story of Amul started, where India was in a very bad shape at the time of independence, and how, over a period of time, this movement made India the largest producer of milk in the world. So the journey which started with a purpose of a cooperative inspired by leaders like Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who wanted the farmers to own the destiny in their own hands. I mean, set up a cooperative so that you are able to prevent the exploitation at the hands of the middlemen. So this is what the inspiration which came from Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, which became